All right, Lee, we're back with Maize, and what I'm doing is really, again, I've got some old episodes. Mark the Doctor knows about this one, and Mark the Doctor's coming down at the end of this month, and I'm super excited to see him. But there's something called the Safety Cave, and it was a husky that we had, Bandit. But let me tell you what, this little dog did get very hinky, or as you call it, the ugly side, when I went to take that collar off last night. So you guys would be hard-pressed to convince me that there aren't certain things that if you tried to do to this dog, that the dog wouldn't get hinky and try to bite. So I got the collar off last night, which this was my clue. Maize. 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 Oh, good girl. You know, that I was going to have a problem getting it back on this morning. So I'm going to tell you what I did. And I did have a video a long time ago. I can't remember. I know Rolly, that bulldog, you couldn't get a collar on her without her biting you. Oh, I know which dog it was. It was this dog, Blazer, that 8-year-old chow mix. But what I did was I got the loop of the leash around Maize, good girl, around the dog's neck. I then, for you guys at home, this dog has bitten multiple people, so once they've done that, I will tell you there's little or no inhibition, and again, I'm doubting they were hospital bites because it is such a small dog, but let's just say if I wanted the dog to bite me, that could probably be arranged very quickly. Let's just say if I wanted it to bite Crystal. That Crystal's like, no! So what you can see is I'm deliberately not doing is trying to touch or pet the dog. This dog is very touch sensitively, and I do think, because it's so sensitive about the collar and stuff, I think, you know, that may have had something to do with its little early choke chain experiences that you were talking about, because I can tell you what's a good way to train a dog. Not with a choke chain. So, you know, she is a very anxiety-ridden dog, but you're going to see that's going to get better and better. But we do have to draw a line and say, you know, that we have to be able to be, and a lot of it goes back to the way we touch the dog. And when you went like that on the head, and not that people don't do that, girl, but my friend Kurt, the police dog trainer, will tell you that he deals with that with these guys, where they all want to thump these police dogs on the head. And I'm going to tell you, there's some of those dogs you go and do that, you're going to be pulling back a nub. 1, dogs don't want that. 2, no one wants that. And 3, we should never do that. We have to be very Maize, specific about how we put the hands on the dog. But I cannot have a dog that if I go to touch the collar, and she did just look at me hinky right there, but again, I'm not going to do anything. You know, we've got to handle this dog a specific way, but I can't be getting bitten every time I put the, you know, but nothing you say is going to convince me, and I'm very surgically just removing this clip, nothing you say is going to convince me that a stranger could come up and put a collar on this dog, because I wouldn't believe that. All right, come on, let's just go for a walk. All right, let's go. Whee! All right, so I'm going to show you what the safety cave is. You better have your sparkle belt on, too. Oh, she's free! And I think a lot of her anxiety, girl, has been reinforced by you guys. And that's like when she was getting real anxiety. Maize! Oh, come to the... Maize! You guys have kind of reinforced the anxiety. All right, come on, let's go out here. You know, but when she acts like that, petting her and doing all that. You know, and that was my video earlier where I said proximity is everything. I don't think this dog... it's not able to kind of be with you at peace. It's got to either be nervous and you're kind of, you know, reinforcing it, or it's getting hanky because it doesn't want you to do something. She's been good. Maize, she would eat the food like that. And that's where, you know, and again, she is going to be nervous for a few days, girl. But you'll see, we'll bring the food drive back out and use that to our advantage. But I'm going to see if I can get her in the safety cave. So the safety cave, they have to feel like, you know, and I would want to feel like, you know, and I know this is going to sound a little bit strange, and I don't know where I'm even coming up with this analogy because I don't ride the bus, you know, but if you were on the bus or something, she goes in the bushes to poop, you know, and you were sitting right next to someone, you would want to have faith that they're not going to start touching you. I don't know, this is so crazy. That sounds insane. But not as insane as Crystal giving that guy my card down at the beach. I'm still reeling from this. The guy, this is what the guy says. Oh, they say I've got mental health issues. That's what he said, Crystal.
I know.
Oh, can I have your card? So this is what I say to Crystal. Oh, we left the bag with the cards at the house. Okay, first off, there's no bag with cards in it. This should be her first clue. I don't want this guy to have my card. What does she do? Oh, here's your card. Here's her card. Well, that's what I get, though, because he was getting, you know, that's what I get for trying to give Dave all this advice, because he was getting ready to start giving me dog training advice. You saw that.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of ideas.
Oh, yes.
You saw that phone he had. He was charging his phone by the beach. That's what they were doing right there. Didn't you see with those phones
I
plugged
wasn't
in?
paying attention.
Yeah, Crystal.
God.
Crystal needs to have a little more situational awareness because, you know, these are 3 full-grown men that are hanging out there the whole time that we're training, clearly not gainfully employed, and charging their phones on the outlet. Crystal sees none of this. Here's her card. Daisy. Oh. Come, my princess. Come, my princess. So she's not really going in the safety cave, but that's kind of what I'm not going to do, and I'm going to tell you what this dog isn't looking for. And if you guys go back and look at the videos of that dog Blazer, it is very similar, but you do have to do the safety cave. All right, let's not let Sun, look, Sun's just wandering off over there. Jeez. Oh, jeez. I'll tell you what these dogs around here do, you guys. They make us insane. The things they do. So you're going to have a very hands-off approach. I will get this dog where you'll be able to trust it and pick it up and stuff, but she's going to have this collar forever, girl. You guys may think about getting a backup because this dog is going to need this collar. Because we're talking about a 4-year-old dog that's bitten multiple people. You know, you're going to have to go big or go home when it comes to changing the behavior like this. And it's going to be fine, though, girl. It's going to be fine. You know, unless this, I don't know if this is how your luck goes, girl, but because Crystal gave my card to that psycho, now the psycho comes and stalks me and, you know, God knows what. So now I'm gone. Now the dog can't get trained.
Oh.
Nobody else uses the pager. And I'm gone now. Oh, why? I'll tell you why. Because Crystal, Maize, good girl, good girl, good. Oh, Maize, good girl. Okay, there's her safety cave. So I'm going to put my hands right like this, but I'm not going to touch her. Nor am I going to look at her. When they do that, you pull your head away. Because I'm going to tell you what Sun does when dogs... She goes like that. So that's back to the safety cave. Because this dog is a fear biter. It's a fear biter, but it's what we call a cocky fear biter. So she feeds on fear. If she sees someone's afraid, she will bite them. She's more afraid than them. But if they're more afraid than her, she'll... Hang on, let me get her back. She didn't like me talking about her like that. Maize. Good girl. Maize. Maize. Good girl. Good. Safety cave. Bye, girl.